Okay, I kind of figured, why not keep going? Should we just keep going, do some problems too? Let's take a look at this. Determine theta and sine of theta when cosine theta is -1/2 and sine theta is positive. Okay, if that was a whole bunch of gibberish, let's break it down. Theta, that's an unknown angle. Sine of theta, we could do that once we figure out what theta is. Here's some information. Cosine of theta is -1/2. Sine of theta is positive. Okay, if I don't have the unit circle, this is the way I'm thinking of it. Actually, let's do the way if I have the unit circle, because you all should have it. Cosine of theta is -1/2. So I know cosine is x. So I'm looking for an x that's -1/2 right here. And right here. And these are the two possibilities, okay? And then we got to narrow it down by this. They say sine is positive. Well, sine is the y. And the y is positive on this guy, 2 pi over 3, okay? So what is theta? The angle is 2 pi over 3. And now they also wanted sine of theta, which I told you would be easy peasy once we knew what theta was. All you got to do is go find 2 pi over 3, and sine is the y, so it's radical 3 over 2. There it is, okay? If I didn't have a unit circle, I just want to show you, the way I think of it is this. If cosine is -1/2, 1/2 is the short one, right? Root 3 over 2 is the long one. So I'm going negative short x, which means long y, which means pi over 3s. Okay? Numerator 1 less than the denominator here, numerator 1 more than the denominator here, because this is pi and pi is 1. Boom! I recreated the part of the unit circle I needed. This was all I needed. And then because sine is positive, I need y to be positive, not negative. So then it's 2 pi over 3. And then if that's 1/2, the other one's root 3 over 2. Okay? And it's positive because it's up. Easy peasy. Okay? I don't expect you to be able to do it as easy peasy like that for me, but I do urge you to try. Because the sooner you can do it that way, the sooner you're going to be fluent at this stuff, and just it's going to be so easy. And you won't have to make a whole unit circle just to answer one question. Okay, should we try it again? Look at this. We need theta, which is an angle, and also cosine theta, but we'll deal with that later. They're telling me sine of theta is root 2 over 2. Well, root 2 over 2, those are my pi over 4s. And if it's positive, the sign, it's up, it's here and here. This or this. But in this particular one, they tell me cosine is negative. So I'm actually here at 3 pi over 4. And now I can say that the cosine there, it's negative, and the root 2 over 2s are always, they match. So root 2 over 2. Cool. Oh no, look what I did to the back of my study guide. I'm going to do one of these angles. I'll do these 4 for you on one of them, okay? So let's just pick a random one. I picked 7 pi over 6, number 4. So for theta being 7 pi over 6, I need to A, state what quadrant that's in. Okay, well, maybe you can tell, right? Numerator 1 more than the denominator. So, and it's a pi over 6. So it's right here. Maybe you can't, and you want to count 0 pi over 6, 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, okay? Or maybe you just want to convert this to degrees so that you can picture it better. multiply it by 180 over pi, and get to simplifying. 210 degrees, here's 180, so I just need 30 more. And here it is. Either way, here we are in quadrant 3, okay? And that's the answer to part A. For part B, they want one positive and one negative coterminal angle. Okie doke. So I'm just gonna add or subtract 2 pi until it happens, until it becomes positive or negative, okay? For 7 pi over 6, I'm not gonna do 2 pi. I am gonna do 2 pi, but I'm gonna write it as 12 pi over 6 because 12 divided by 6 is 2, so that's 2 pi, but I have a common denominator. And when I add, I get 19 pi over 6. 7 plus 12 is all you really gotta do. This is my one positive coterminal angle. And then if I take 7 pi over 6 and I subtract that same 12 pi over 6, 7 minus 12, negative 5 pi over 6. That's my negative coterminal angle, okay? Part C, convert it into degrees. We did that. Multiplied by 180 over pi, boom, 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 simplify, here we are. And then finally, find the sine, cosine, and tangent. Okay. Sine of 7 pi over 6, cosine 7 pi over 6, tangent 7 pi over 6. Look, you got the unit circle. If you do, just find 7 pi over 6. There's the sine, negative 1/2. There's the cosine, negative root 3 over 2. There's a tangent, radical 3 over 3. If you don't, though, I like to come back here and recreate it. Oh, okay. I've got myself a long and negative x. That's a negative root 3 over 2. I have a short negative y. That's negative 1/2. And then tangent is this, the numerator here, divided by the numerator there. So it's 1 over rad 3, so it's rad 3 over 3. And that's how easy it is to recreate the point if you don't have the unit circle. Either way, sine is negative 1/2, cosine is negative rad 3 over 2, and tangent is radical 3 over 3. And last thing I do before I move on from answering any types of questions like this is check with all students take calculus, just to be double sure, because it's the #1 mistake is to miss a negative. I was in this quadrant. Everyone other than tangent should be negative. Check, check, check. Okay, guys. Do we have another type of problem we should do? Oh, yeah, these tricky ones. Let's do one of them. Let's just do one of them. I'll do 13. So for these, you guys, if I had just given you tangent of 7 pi over 4, you'd probably do it. If I had just given you sine of 6 pi, you would probably do it. But for some reason, when I ask you to square what you get, double what you get, or add them together, you guys get stuck. But you can do all of this, all right? Just go one step at a time. Let's first figure out what tangent of 7 pi over 4 is, okay? 7 pi over 4 is right here, okay? And its tangent is negative 1. So this right here is just negative 1, but they want it squared. And then they want you to add it to 2 times whatever that is. Let's go see, okay? 6 pi. Well, this is 2 pi. Go around another time is 4 pi. Go around one more time and it's 6 pi. 6 pi is just being annoying, but really it's 0 or 2 pi. And we want the sine of that, which is the y, which is 0. Okay, so negative 1 times negative 1, positive 1, plus 2 times 0, that's 0. Take your time, you guys. And that equals just 1. Okay? You guys can do this. I know you guys can do this. Good luck. We review today in class.